Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys. Yeah, I guess you can tell from my breathing right about now. I'm trying my best to contain my excitement, but man, I can't believe it. Just sometime after my previous thoughts video that I did, we seem to be on a streak right now. And I mean, on a really, really, really great streak for sure. Oh my god. And given for the fact on what I'll be talking about for today's movie, you can definitely see why, so yeah, sorry about that, so yeah, anyways, looks like March has officially wrapped up as of now, and we're officially in April as we speak, and yeah, I guess from the looks of it, it looks like pretty much in that being the case, spring is already sprung for the most part, but still, it's actually really, really incredible for sure, and I guess for my case, I not only have to think long and hard about getting my beard to shake off. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. If you look closely, I think it's really starting to show. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to get all that shaved off for sure. And let's not forget to mention, I'm in desperate need of a serious haircut. Like, no, I'm completely serious. I think yeah, pretty much my veins are starting to get into my eyes as we speak, and yeah. It's disgusting, yeah, so must have breathed down the wrong throat. I'm so sorry, so yeah, my apologies for that, so but anyways, regardless of course, that front, March has officially wrapped up, and it looks like April is finally here as we speak, and boy, it looks like I've got a lot of stuff to do around April for sure, especially for, of course, this year in its entirety, like, of course, well, yeah, pretty much, I'm, of course, gonna have to think long and hard about what I'll do for Easter this year, which would actually be hard to figure out, but I'll get it sorted out eventually, and not to mention, I'm pretty much gonna get some prep work just to get myself prepared for my next convention that's gonna be coming up, which is, of course, my local comic book con that I love going to each year, Heroes and Villains Con in Cortland. So yeah, I'll definitely have a whole lot of information on that for sure. So yeah, definitely keep an eye out. And of course, on top of all of that, I'm of course getting myself prep for, of course, a good amount of movies that are going to be coming out for sure. Just as a nice little warm-up before some of the massive amount of summer blockbusters that are going to be coming out for, of course, this year for sure. So yeah, and of course, in the case for this movie I'm going to be talking about here today, I think this is definitely one of them for sure, and boy, it looks like I am really quite thrilled to actually talk about this, and, well, I think it's quite clear. I did mention this in, of course, my previous thoughts video that I did on John Wick Chapter 4, so I think it makes sense to finally talk about it here today now that, well, I finally got the chance to go see it, So yeah, if you couldn't tell by, of course, the end of my previous thoughts video, or of course read the title of course, this video down below, to which I assume that you did, and if not, then take all the fucking time you need. I'll be here by the time you get back. You finally got that? You're all caught up now? Good, So yeah, I guess for the case of this movie, yeah, I think I know as one of many that I'll get myself warmed up before the massive amount of summer blockbusters that are going to be coming out for, of course, this year. This one is definitely one of them for sure, and I have a very important question that I want to ask all of you. In regards to today's movie, how about a nice little campaign that's given to us by Hasbro and Paramount around one of the most popular tabletop role-playing games of all time? Yeah. I think you can pretty much get the puzzle pieces together, but in case you don't, I think it's pretty much the subject of course, today's movie I'm going to be talking about, to which, well, I did mention it some time ago, and here I am officially talking about it here today, and that movie that I'm going to be talking about is none other than Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves. So yeah. So yeah, that's of course what I'm going to be talking about here today. It is of course the latest movie that just came out that I had the privilege to go see. And is of course based on one of the most popular tabletop role-playing games of all time, Dungeons & Dragons. So yeah. I guess it makes sense here for sure. So yeah, it is of course what I'll be talking about here today, and I just got back from of course seeing it not too long ago, and well, here I am officially talking about it in today's video. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Alrighty. Alright, so yeah, before I could go ahead and talk about this movie, I think it makes sense to give a little context of course, well, probably from what I can recall, pretty much me and my slight knowledge on, of course, Dungeons & Dragons. So yeah, and I guess a lot of you guys may be wondering, have I ever played Dungeons & Dragons for sure? Well, to be honest, no, I actually didn't. In fact, truth be told, I never really got into, of course, Dungeons & Dragons for sure. I mean, I don't necessarily hate it for sure, but I've actually heard really good things about that game for sure. And not to mention, it's actually really popular in regards to, of course, pretty much tabletop games, board games, and of course, pretty much the important subject matter for sure, role-playing games. So yeah, I think if anything, Dungeons & Dragons have actually been around for quite a long time for sure, and it actually has been garnering a lot of popularity for sure. Yeah, particularly probably as popular as, of course, well, LARPing. So yeah, no disrespect for anyone who actually likes LARPing or, of course, live-action role-playing for sure. So yeah, but I guess for me personally, I never really got myself into Dungeons & Dragons for sure. I mean, I don't necessarily hate it, but do I acknowledge it's actually pretty much popular, and I've actually heard good things about it? Absolutely, for sure, and pretty much from the way I've actually, from what I can gather, I think probably the main differing, pretty much gameplay aspects, and of course the different campaigns for sure, I do fully have the full-on understanding of its popularity for sure, and I'm actually really impressed with, of course, all that hands down. So yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily have the time to, of course, get myself into Dungeons & Dragons for sure. I mean, if anything, I would have loved to actually do that for sure, whether it be joining in a campaign or, of course, creating one of my own for me and my friends to actually play for sure. But given for the fact on my busy schedule and, of course, my other interests that I'm actually really into, I don't think I would actually have the time to, of course, get myself into Dungeons & Dragons for sure. So yeah, I mean, I would have loved to go for a nice game of D&D for sure, but I wouldn't necessarily have the time to actually do so for sure. Hence why my knowledge, or of course, what I know about D&D is rather minimum to not much for sure. So yeah. But I guess regardless, it's not going to stop me from, of course, checking out this movie for what it is, to which, To which, yeah, I think if anything, I knew right away, ever since the first ever trailer for, of course, this movie dropped right around during the events of San Diego Comic-Con last year, it actually got me interested, but at the same time, it got me concerned a bit. I mean, pretty much of anything from what I can gather, this is not the first time Dungeons & Dragons have been adapted into a feature film for sure. So yeah, if you actually know the history, of course, D&D being turned into a movie, you would actually know, of course, what goes on for sure. So yeah, I was actually really interested to check it out, but I did express a lot of concern at the same time. And let's not forget to mention, and yeah, I am gonna regret dropping this name for sure, so yeah. So yeah, I guess if anything, let's not forget to mention right around a few months ago, a YouTuber that goes by the name of Headhunter Productions, known for, of course, Hunter Reviews, has actually released a video in the subject of course, Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves, showcasing the first ever trailer, though this would beg the question, why he didn't actually put that out right around the time the trailer dropped, right around the time the first ever trailer dropped on its first day, rather than several months after. I have no idea. So, but yeah, I guess if anything, what Headhunter Productions said in that video, he actually did state that he's calling for a boycott for, of course, this movie. Mainly because of course, the creators of Dungeons & Dragons, Wizards of the Coast, actually decided to change up the open game license, to which, yeah, thankfully sometime later, they did apologize for that, so good for them for sure. So yeah, I mean, seriously, Hunter? Calling for a boycott against this movie? Yeah, I'm pretty sure the critics' reviews and the box office results would probably think otherwise, so yeah. Boy, I'm actually regretting saying his name out loud, so if he ever is watching this, I'm deeply sorry, so please don't send any angry emails to me. I'm begging you, I mean, I'm trying my best not to get any angry emails from, of course, Headbanger142 after pretty much mocking him in most of my videos, so don't do the same thing to me, so. But anyways, back onto the subject, so yeah, I guess I'll give it to all of the hag. Speaking about what I actually said when I mentioned what I mentioned earlier, well, I actually heard the news that it's actually got really good reviews from critics and audiences, and even on how well it's actually doing at the box office as of this weekend, by the time I'm recording this video. I think it actually did prop up my curiosity and got me hyped up to actually go and see the film for myself, So yeah, luckily enough, right around earlier today, I did manage to, of course, pretty much head on over to my local movie theater, Crown City Cinemas, to which, yeah, once again, thank you so much for that. It really does mean a whole lot, So yeah, I actually went on overhead, to, of course, that said movie theater that I actually mentioned, to actually go and see this film for myself, and well, I guess I did manage to get back from, of course, seeing this movie earlier today, and well, now that I've actually finished seeing it, what do I think of this movie now that I finally gave it a chance? Is it something that I actually really enjoyed, or something that I really hate? But more importantly, did it actually express my interest in, of course, Dungeons & Dragons, in hopes to, of course, check it out, and of course, give it a chance for myself someday? Well, I guess to answer part of that question, I guess, if anything, absolutely yes, hands down. I guess I guess as someone who is not really into Dungeons & Dragons for sure, I have to say this movie is just absolutely incredible for sure. Yeah. So yeah, I guess as someone who has no knowledge on that, I think this movie is just absolutely incredible for what it is, and if anything, I am very, very, very happy to finally give it a chance for sure. And yeah, this movie actually did deliver on, of course, what I've actually seen. It is just absolutely incredible, and I enjoy it all the way from beginning to end for sure. It's that great to me, in my opinion. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright. Alright, so yeah, now that I've actually got the short version out of the way, I guess I might as well go ahead and talk about everything that I need to talk about. So yeah, I guess for starters is, of course, the story for, of course, this movie, and yeah, I won't lie, I think the way they put together this story for, of course, this movie is, of course, absolutely incredible for sure. It's just really what I would expect for, of course, a Dungeons & Dragons movie for sure, and I think they really flowed out with, of course, the story in its entirety. Everything from, of course, what I'm actually seeing, it really does shine through from, of course, what I'm actually seeing, and literally everything that's been going on for sure, I actually do find myself following it through in its entirety. So yeah, there was never one dull moment, or of course, one moment where, of course, I fell asleep on some of the stuff that I thought were boring for sure. No, everything is, of course, completely straightforward, and is, of course, well, as someone out of many who isn't into Dungeons & Dragons, it actually is very easy to follow and understand for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, I'm really intrigued with, of course, what goes on with, of course, the story in its entirety. So yeah, and of course, not only that, pretty much, if anything, the writing on this film, yeah, I have to say, it's actually really, really well crafted for sure. Yeah, everything from, of course, each and every single scene to every single bit of dialogue, it's all written out massively well, and I'm impressed with, of course, what they've actually accomplished for, of course, this one. It's just really, really incredible for sure, and I'm impressed with how well it's actually done for sure. So yeah, and again, there was never one dull moment, or of course, one terrible bits of dialogue, or of course, one terrible scene that was written out. No, it's actually written out very well, and I'm really impressed with, of course, what I've actually seen. And not only that, I also found the comedy in this film is that, yeah, I won't lie, the comedy in this film is, yeah, I won't lie, it's actually brilliantly well done. I think with, of course, a good number of jokes from what I could gather. Yeah, I think I will admit, yeah, probably I think my one nitpick that I can say is that some of the jokes, I did kind of cringe a little bit, almost finding them not funny, but thankfully, pretty much to counteract against my nitpick that I have, some of the jokes that they've actually showcasing, of course, this film, to which, yeah, I probably won't say for sure, because otherwise I would spoil the movie, or of course, pretty much give everything away, or anything, whatever. So yeah, I guess if anything, pretty much the good amount of jokes they've actually pretty much put out for, of course, this film. Yeah, I mean, I will admit, they actually did get a good laugh out of me. So yeah, I guess if anything, yeah, pretty much if anything, 90% of the jokes and the comedy in this film actually does work to me, to which, yeah, I mean, the other 10%, I did kind of cringe a bit, almost finding them not funny, but hey, I guess if anything, the really good and funny jokes for sure actually did counteract against the bad ones that we've got for sure. So yeah, we could have easily got a really nice balance for sure, but hey, I do think the comedy still works to me, in my opinion. So yeah, I guess that's what I can say for, of course, the story, the writing, and the comedy in this film. They're all brilliantly well done, and I'm really impressed with, of course, what I've actually seen. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright. Alright, so now that I've actually got those three out of the way, I think I might as well go ahead and talk about the next couple of things that I should mention for this movie. Yeah, to which next up is, of course, the characters. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the characters they've showcasing, of course, this movie, yeah, I won't lie, they are absolutely incredible for sure. Yeah, everything that I've actually seen from these characters, my god, they really shine through all the way, and I think I actually do find them incredibly likable and interesting for sure. Yeah, again, there was not one character that is the exact opposite of what I was hoping for. Every single one of them I've actually seen are incredibly likable, and I do find myself getting invested with, of course, each and every single one of them for sure. And plus, I really do admire the really great sense of development they've actually give to all these characters for sure. And just by seeing them alone, you actually do know what goes on, and you do actually want to root for them for sure. So yeah, I guess it's what I can say for, of course, the characters. And I guess for another aspect, what about the actors playing all these characters? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I say the actors they chose to, of course, play all these characters, they're not only well casted, but I do think they pulled off some really great performances to me for sure. Yeah, I think with, of course, their line delivery and, of course, everything else, even their reactions and anything else that you could possibly imagine, I'm actually really invested pretty much in their performances for sure. They really did an incredible job in pretty much giving some of these characters some really great, pretty much great balance of course, pretty much delivery and, of course, pretty much their own charisma in their performances. So yeah, that's actually what I do admire for sure. But probably I think pretty much a few actors that I should mention in this film that I really do admire is that yeah, I really do admire pretty much 5 of the actors they actually got to, of course, be in this film for sure. Like, of course, you, of course, got Chris Pine and, of course, Michelle Rodriguez, obviously, but you also got Sophia Lillis, Justice Smith, and even Hugh Grant. So yeah, I have to say those 5 that I actually mentioned, they are the prime examples of course, some really great actors pulling off some really great performances, in my opinion. So yeah, I mean, are they Oscar-worthy performances? No, not particularly, but I do think they really pulled off some really great performances to me, and I really do admire what they've actually done for sure. So yeah, and of course to match their own characters for sure. I think it is actually brilliantly well done, and I'm really impressed with, of course, what I've actually seen for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, the characters and the actors, yeah, really love them both, and they are absolutely great to me. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Well, I guess I'm done with that. Alright, so now that I've actually got those 2 out of the way, what else is there for me to talk about? Actually, a whole lot for sure. So yeah, I guess for starters is, of course, pretty much of anything, well, I guess seeing how it is a Dungeons & Dragons movie, you need an entire world to, of course, have the movie take place, and yeah, I guess from what I've actually seen, the way they've actually pretty much showcase the entire world building within this movie is just absolutely incredible. Yeah, I mean, I know it's saying a whole lot because I've seen some really great movies with, of course, some really great world building for sure. Like, of course, well, yeah, like, of course, you got pretty much Shang-Chi and, of course, the Avatar movies so far, and that's just to name a few. And of course, I'm pretty sure there's plenty of others for sure. Like, of course, pretty much of anything, there's a good amount of TV shows for sure that does have some excellent world building in its entirety. And unless I forget to mention, video games like, of course, Genshin Impact, for example, actually actually is a really great example of some really great world building for sure. So yeah, and I guess in the case of this movie, they really pushing out on this incredible world building in its entirety. I was actually really impressed with, of course, what I've actually seen, and I actually find myself actually being there, seeing all of these in its entirety for sure. So yeah, that's actually why I can gather. I really do admire that hands down. So yeah, and of course, pretty much, if anything, the visuals in this movie, to go alongside what I said earlier, yeah, it is very visually interesting. So yeah, I mean, with, of course, what I've actually seen, they really put a lot of hard work and determination to, of course, make this work. And I'm impressed with, of course, what I've actually seen. Yeah, pretty much like every other movie that is very visually interesting, I guess this movie is a prime example of course, exactly that. This is, of course, a really great looking film for sure. So yeah, and of course, not to mention the effects in this film is just absolutely unbelievable in its entirety. Everything from, of course, pretty much the creatures, and of course, pretty much everything else, like, of course, some magic spells, and even the pretty much the weather changing and stuff, and of course, the creatures they showcase for, of course, this movie. Yeah, the effects in it is just unbelievable, and not to mention with the really incredible use of course, CGI, it's just absolutely amazing. You really do feel like you're not only there, but you really do feel like all the creatures and stuff are actually alive for sure, and yeah, and of course everything else for sure, you really do feel like all of this is going around you. There was not one where it's, of course, slightly off for sure. You actually do feel, of course, the magical powers they've actually showcased in this film. You actually do find myself coming face to face with all the creatures they've actually showcased in this film. And you actually... yeah, and everything else that I can say for sure, yeah, that's actually how great the effects are, in my opinion, and I'm impressed with, of course, what I've actually seen, so yeah. And not to mention, I really do admire the really great action in this film, for sure, because, well, I guess if anything, if there's one thing that Dungeons & Dragons is actually well known for, aside from, of course, its pretty much usage of course, different campaigns, and of course, be known be very popular among so many different role-playing games. It is, of course, definitely its usage of combat for sure, and yeah, pretty much with what I've actually seen in this movie, they actually really did an incredible job with, of course, all that hands down. Pretty much with all the action that's going on for sure, you actually do feel like you actually are seeing some massive combat going on within a D&D campaign in its entirety. So yeah, that's how great it is, in my opinion. I'm impressed with, of course, what I've actually seen for sure. So yeah, and of course, if anything, I really do admire the really great direction that's done by, of course, not one, but two directors they brought in for, of course, this film. And yeah, I'm not even kidding. I actually did look at this up for sure. And yeah, this movie is, of course, done by... is, of course, directed by, of course, the guys who wrote Spider-Man Homecoming. So yeah, definitely look that one up. It actually is true for sure. It's within their filmography somewhere. So yeah, with what I've actually seen, I actually do think the directors in this film really gave out some really great direction in its entirety. So yeah, and let's not forget to mention, pretty much the cinematography in this film is absolutely incredible for sure, and I really do love the really great camera shots in its entirety for sure, and yeah, it's almost like similar to, of course, what I said last time when I talked about John Wick Chapter 4. So yeah, if you think the cinematography in that film is actually really great, I think pretty much the cinematography in the newest Dungeons & Dragons movie is actually on the same page for sure. So yeah, I really do admire the really great cinematography within this film, and the way they've actually done the incredible camera work for sure to get each different shot while making this. It's just absolutely amazing, and I'm impressed with, of course, what I've actually seen for sure. So yeah. And of course, I really love on how well cut up the film is through its really pitch perfect editing, I have to say so. So yeah, and not to mention it even goes along pretty great alongside the film's atmosphere, and of course its really incredible pacing for sure. I'm impressed with, of course, what they've actually done, and it didn't disappoint me one bit. So yeah, but most importantly, I can say, my God, as someone who actually has no knowledge on that, I say this movie really did an incredible job for what it is doing its own thing, but actually does make you feel like you're actually within a D&D campaign for sure. So yeah, and that's actually the one thing I do find quite interesting with each campaign within D&D for sure. You can make up your own stories, you can make up your own characters, and you can even make up your own world where it actually takes place in for sure. And I guess in the case of this movie, they really did utilize that very well, and I'm impressed with, of course, what I've actually seen. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright, so yeah, I guess overall, as someone who actually couldn't get myself into, of course, Dungeons & Dragons for a long time now, I will have to say Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves is without a doubt a wonderful and epic adventure-filmed flick that I really do admire in its entirety. It's got everything that I would expect, a really great story, creative characters, some really great action, amazing world building, and everything else that you could actually imagine. It actually does showcase on how great this movie is. It really does feel like you actually are within a D&D campaign that you find yourself getting yourself into without having the need to stop. So yeah, and I guess if anything, this movie really did an incredible job for, of course, what it's actually done for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, given to all that, I think it actually has encouraged me to actually maybe one day actually find myself pretty much getting into, or of course finally give the actual game Dungeons & Dragons a fair shot. Something I definitely wouldn't mind getting myself into one day. So yeah, I think it'll be quite great. I mean, could you really imagine what would happen if I actually created my own D&D campaign? I mean, yeah, I think it would be quite interesting to see all that will go down. See if any of my friends will, of course, see, of course, what different ideas that we could do, and of course, how we'll pretty much work it all out into targeting in regards to, of course, world building, what characters we can go for, and of course, what usage of combat that we can do. I think it'll be amazing. I think it is a really great opportunity just waiting to happen. But I guess until that happens, we still have this movie to look forward to. Yeah, it is a brilliant film from beginning to end, and I absolutely enjoy it for, of course, what it is. Definitely on there as, of course, one of the great ones that I've actually seen, and I do highly recommend it for what it is. Yeah, I say it's definitely pretty much in my top... yeah, and of course, one of my top spots on my list so far of some really great movies I've actually seen for sure. Yeah, I do highly encourage to go see it for yourself, and yeah, it is definitely a really great D&D campaign in the form of a full-length motion picture that you definitely don't want to miss. So yeah, and because of all that, yes, folks, I am definitely proud to say that for my final score, I'm definitely going to give Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves an outstanding 9 out of 10. So So yeah, definitely well worth it from beginning to end, and I absolutely really love it for what it is, and I do highly encourage checking that one out for yourself, whether you be a fan of D&D or just an average moviegoer like I am. So yeah. So yeah, there we go. Looks like I finally got to see something related to Dungeons and Dragons, and I find myself actually enjoying it for sure. So yeah, I guess that's one thing that I can finally cross off my list for sure. So yeah, definitely not regretting it hands down. What I said is, of course, what I actually said. So yeah, I really enjoyed this movie for what it is, and yeah, if you actually got the time, and if you are looking into something that will get you pumped up, and of course get you onto a really epic fantasy-like quest for sure, and of course, well, see anything related to D&D that actually makes you feel like you actually are in a really great campaign for sure, then, well, pretty much grab your dice and roll them all the way to, of course, well, summon your dragon to see this movie for yourself. So yeah. It's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright. Alright, so, I guess on that thought, that'll pretty much do exactly that. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and yeah, by all means, let me know in the comment section below on what you thought about Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves, and of course, what you thought about it for sure. I would definitely love to know. So yeah, I guess if anything, that's pretty much all I gotta say. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and yeah, now that I got that out of the way, looks like I've got a lot to do for, of course, this week. So yeah, I've already got a big video that I'm already halfway done with, of course, editing for sure. So I'll be sure to get that out once I've actually finished. But until then, I guess if anything, a lot of you guys may be wondering, what am I going to talk about next? Well, in connection to, of course, my upcoming video that I'm going to be finishing up on sometime around this week, I guess for my next thoughts video, I think we might as well leave the incredible medieval fantasy world of Dungeons and Dragons and head on over to the Mushroom Kingdom, where we be meeting up with our famous Italian plumbers. So yeah, and of course, well, if you couldn't tell based on that hint, well, I think I might as well get this on. So yeah, I'll definitely leave you at that for sure, or even better yet, do we have the poster for that as we speak up? Yeah, there it is. So yeah, I guess if you couldn't tell based on those three that I actually mentioned, tune in next time where, of course, I'll finally talk about Nintendo and Illumination's The Super Mario Brothers movie. So yeah. Boy, I'm actually really excited to see it, and yeah, I'll definitely let you guys know on what I thought about it once I do get back from, of course, seeing it. So yeah, I guess that's all I can say on that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and well, I guess given to what we're seeing, I can't wait. Just wait for it. Just wait for it. So. Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications, and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427 Productions, for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as joining our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and playing more, in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and showing support to me on both of my wish lists on Amazon and Right Stuff Anime, and even supporting me with my link on Streamlabs that you can find on my Twitch page. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.